The Miami Heat are set to face off against the New York Knicks in a highly anticipated matchup today at the Kaseya Center. The Miami Heat are sitting at 28-30. They're seventh in the East, and right now every game is crucial in their push for playoff positioning. The Miami Heat have won 2 games in a row. They're looking to win their third today. Meanwhile, the Knicks, who are 39-20, have been one of the Eastern Conference's best teams this whole season, and they're riding a hot streak that has seen them win 7 of their last 10 games. For the Miami Heat, this is a must-win game. Every game is a must-win game for this Miami Heat team if they want to somehow avoid the play-in tournament for the third season in a row. And so let's break down the 5 keys that will determine whether the Miami Heat can secure a big victory over the New York Knicks today. So the first thing they need to do is dominate the paint. One of the biggest battles of the night will be fought in the paint. The Knicks' Karl Anthony Towns has been a rebounding machine this season. He's averaging 13.3 rebounds per game. New York has a formidable front court that can dominate the glass and control second chance opportunities. They have a ton of wing players who are long and athletic that can also rebound, like OG Anunoby. They have Mikal Bridges as well. So it's going to be tough for the Miami Heat on the glass. For the Heat, Bam needs to be at his best. He has to be great defensively, and he needs to focus on making life difficult for Karl Anthony Towns, but he also needs to crash the boards as well, and the team needs to help step up as well. So players like Kel'el Ware must help control the rebounding battle as well if the Miami Heat want to have a chance. Another important factor, rim protection. The Heat are not great at this, and the Knicks, they love attacking the basket, and Miami's interior defense needs to be elite today. If the Heat allow easy points in the paint, it's going to be a long night for the Miami Heat because the Knicks can also stretch the floor and also hit that three, and if they're scoring points in the paint easily, then they're going to dominate. The next thing that the Miami Heat needs to do is attack the Knicks' defensive weaknesses. So for much of the season, the Knicks have been a solid defensive team, but recently they've struggled. So since January 25th, they've allowed an average of 120.1 points per game, ranking 7th worst in the NBA during that span. This is a clear opportunity for Miami to take advantage, and they've been really good these last 2 games. They scored 135 and 125 points, and so they need to keep on track and hit the 3 ball and finish at the rim, and they need to do that. And it's going to be tough today, though, because Andrew Wiggins will be out for a second game because of an ankle injury. So this leaves a hole within the wings for the Miami Heat. And again, the Knicks have a ton of wings. And so Tyler Herro, his scoring is going to be even more crucial tonight. Herro is averaging 24.1 points per game. And if he can be aggressive early, he could force the Knicks into defensive adjustments that benefit the rest of the Miami Heat's offense, like Bam Adebayo or Duncan Robinson off the bench. The third key to victory is controlling the tempo. The Knicks have one of the best offenses in the league, ranking 5th in scoring at 117.7 points per game. If the Heat allow New York to dictate the pace and turn this into a run-and-gun shootout, they'll be in trouble. Miami needs to slow the game down, force the Knicks into half-court possessions, and they need to make them work for every single basket. The Heat's best chance to win this game is to keep it in the low 100s rather than allowing New York to get into offensive rhythm. One way to control that tempo is they need to take care of the ball. The Heat are pretty good at it. They don't really turn the ball over a ton, and the Knicks thrive on turnovers and transition offense, so Miami must avoid sloppy mistakes. If they can keep turnovers low and make this a defensive grind, they'll increase their chances of winning. Fourth key to victory is lock down the perimeter. The Knicks are one of the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA, ranking 6th in three-point percentage at 37.3%. Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are both very capable shooters who can get hot quickly. So Miami's perimeter defense has been inconsistent this season, so this is a huge test. The Heat need strong efforts from Haywood Highsmith, who's back in the rotation, and Davion Mitchell to contest shots and force the Knicks into tougher mid-range looks. One adjustment Miami should consider is trapping Jalen Brunson on pick and rolls, kind of how they did against Trae Young this season and a few years ago when we played them in the playoffs, just blitzing him and forcing him to pass the ball or take contested shots. If they can take away the Knicks' three-point shooting, New York will have to work much harder for points. The fifth piece is they need to get a big lift from the bench. with injuries affecting Miami's depth right now. Jaime Jaquez is out with an injury. Andrew Wiggins is out. Jovic is going to be out for maybe the season. They need production from the bench. That's going to be crucial. The Heat can't afford their second unit to be outplayed. So Duncan Robinson, his shooting could be an X factor. If he gets hot from deep, he's going to stretch the Knicks' defense. He's had 24 points and 20 points over the last 2 games, so he's averaging 22. He needs to stay hot. Alec Burks has been playing now due to injuries. We need him to hit the 3 ball. He's been shooting the 3 at 40% all season long, which is helpful. We need him to be hitting that 3 ball, and we need Kyle Anderson to slow the game down, someone to be a playmaker off the bench, someone who can rebound and play defense. That's going to be huge. The Knicks have a deep team. So again, Miami's reserves, if they don't step up, then Tyler and Bam honestly need to dominate. And if they don't dominate, then it's going to be really tough. So they need Davion, they need Duncan, they need Kalel, they need Burks, and all these guys to step up off the bench. My final thoughts, can the Heat pull off the upset? Yes, I think they can. The Knicks have a better record. They're a better team, but this is a winnable game for the Miami Heat at home. They need to use their momentum from these last 2 games. And if the Miami Heat can dominate the paint, attack defensive matchups, control the tempo, defend the perimeter, and get strong bench contributions, they'll put themselves in a position to secure a huge victory. With the playoff race heating up, every game does matter, and a win today would not only boost Miami's record, but also send a message that they can compete in the East. My prediction for this game is the Heat win by 4, 108-104. What do you think? Will the Heat take down the Knicks tonight? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.